Hello everyone! Welcome to Sophisticated DIY. Today we are doing something really fun. I'm making a pattern block for my doll using the same method I teach for people-sized clothes. As I am fashion designer and pattern maker, I told to myself I can apply the same method of pattern making to my dolls and I will have a perfect result, right? Right? So if you've ever wondered why pattern blocks are so important, this video is for you. So let's go! I went to the dollar store and I got this very slim tape measurement. This will be perfect for take the measurements of my doll. Taking the measurements of my doll feel like doing a full checkup at the tiniest doctor's office. I help myself with a little bit of tape just to mark the most important part, like the waistline, the armhole edge, although I don't know if I put it in the right place. That will make the taking the measurement job way easier for me. Then I take all the measurements I need: bust, waist, hips, back, length, everything. The more precise you are, the better will pattern will fit. I have to make a simple calculation, breaking down the measurements to understand how much goes into each section of front and back and so on. This helps me plan how the measurements get distributed when I draw the blocks. You know, it's not just about drawing pretty lines, it's about getting the structure and shape right from the start. Now it's time to start drawing. I always begin with the back bodies and I always start with the vertical measurements and then I go a little bit with the horizontal, and basically you do a square. By the way, if you are interested in learning how to make custom patterns for your body, not just for dogs, I teach an online course where I explain this method step by step. It's beginner friendly, super practical, and we go over all the basics. No fashion degree required. I'll leave the link in the description box if you want to check it out. After the back bodies, I make the front bodies, and always I try to make sure to confirm my measurements because it's so easy to make a mistake. So I'm just confirming now the measurements to see if really I did a mistake, and now I see I found one mistake I did when I was calculating the darts. Now the dart is super huge. Remember that we are not working with a realistic body. I'm working with this doll that has a super stylized body. So I have to do something about that pattern a little bit later. But in the meantime, I'm gonna keep doing my patterns. I'm working in the back skirt and I always have to make sure to match the distance between the darts so everything will connect when I make the full dress or I want to, transform that pattern. Then I finish the fourth piece, which is the front skirt, and again I am checking where the darts are to make it in the right spot and make them match. And lastly, I'm gonna do the sleeves. You see that I'm working here. Well, this is very fast. Of course, this is edited so you can see the full process without getting tired about it. But now I have all my patterns done. My next step is to make a muslin, but before that, I'm gonna take the front pattern and I'm gonna try to pivot that gigantic dart. If I cut the pattern just like that, the fabric of the muslin will be so to the grain of the fabric, and this is important to confirm that everything is all okay and it just doesn't look good. Let me show you this. This is a commercial pattern for a half of a scale. This is just a little bit bigger than 1/3, but look at that. In my pattern, if I cut it to the grain, then the side part won't be to the grain. Look at my commercial pattern. It has 1, 2, and 3 darts. So it's very common that you kind of play with the darts so you can have your pattern a little bit better. I'm gonna make a little hole at the breast point because that will allow me to pivot part of the dart to get an extra dart at the armhole. You see? Now it looks more straight, but still I feel like I need to make a 3rd dart. I think that this pattern is not great because it's missing a little bit of a section above the armhole. So I'm gonna add that and I'm gonna pivot the dart at the side seam. So I'm gonna have my third dart at the side seam, and now I have 3 darts, and my pattern will be like a more normal. Of course, you know, not everybody has so much bust, but she's like a D cup or something like that, right? If we were comparing that to human. So I think now it's all good, and now I'm gonna cut all my patterns because I'm gonna proceed to make the muslins. I noticed that the back pattern didn't give me a dart at the shoulder area. Usually those. I'm not sure if this doll doesn't have that much of the blade as human people do, but we will see after. We will see. I'm gonna cut the muslin, and not just any muslin. I will reuse the muslin I made for a men's jacket I was working on a few months ago. You know, reuse, reduce, recycle. I'm gonna just iron it, and you know, when you are gonna cut your pattern, it will be very important that you mark all the information. This is why I'm making all those notches on the dart so I can do everything right. This is the only way I can confirm that the pattern is well done or it isn't. Let me know in the comments if you want to see how I turn this block into a very fancy dress. I'm marking all my darts on my pattern, and I'm marking all the lines necessary so I don't make any mistake. I'm leaving seam allowance at the bottom of the waist and at the sides for sewing, of course, but I'm not leaving any seam allowance at the collar line because it isn't necessary. I'm going to my sewing machine, and I'm going to start to making all the darts. Remember, I have 6 darts just in the front body piece, and I have to be careful in go one by one and try to make them exactly the way they are seem to be. And look at that, it's taking the shape, huh? Very nice. Now I'm gonna do the same at the back pieces, and then I'm gonna sew them together. I will start with the shoulders, and then I'm gonna sew the sides, and like that I have my pattern, and I'm gonna try it on my doll, and I think I'm gonna remove her bra because I don't want any bulkiness in between. I want her body because I want to make sure that I have her body measurements. I'm gonna pin exactly in my line because I want to know how well my pattern is, and I am pleasantly surprised. It looks fantastic. It fit her like she has her own personal fashion designer, which I guess she does, huh? Look at that. It's very nice. I don't think it's perfect. I think there is some room for improvement. For example, I see like the shoulder line is not really aligned with what is supposed to be with the shoulders. Before I keep checking, I'm gonna take that top off, and I'm gonna sew again the shoulders a little bit higher so I can have a better line. So now we know that we have to do those modifications, but let me try on again to assess better how this pattern is made and what corrections I need to do. So as you can see, it looks really good. You see what I was talking about of the grain line? The grain line is perfect. I know that it's a little bit big. I'm gonna use the smaller pins I have, or you see, these are like the regular pins, and I'm gonna use the smaller I have because that will be easier. And I'm gonna take in at the side a little bit. It's pretty much the ease I gave. You know, you always give a little bit of ease when you are doing the pattern, but I'm gonna take it back, and I'm gonna mark a better color line because I kind of didn't like it too much. And I'm checking something incredible because the back is too low at the center back at the collar, but it's too low at the bottom part. So the measurement was okay, but wasn't well distributed. So I'm gonna fix all of that, and I'm gonna look for anything. So why go through all this trouble for a basic block? Because once you have a well-fitting base pattern, you can make anything. Dresses, jackets, jumpsuits, even wild Aries puff sleeve. Okay, not too wild. A pattern block is your blueprint. I'm gonna remove this top because I'm gonna use it to correct my pattern. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is to photocopy the patterns I have, and I'm gonna work on that to correct everything. So pretty much I know that I have to reduce a little bit of the waist, raise a little bit the armhole and the shoulder, redo a little bit the armhole dart at the front, redo the neckline, and that's it, it's done. Now I'm gonna do exactly the same with my skirt. I'm gonna cut my skirt pattern, and before I even try, I'm gonna confirm that the darts are pretty much okay, that they will coincide with the pattern. This is very important because you want a pattern that works. I'm gonna cut as well my sleeve, because now that I corrected the body's pattern, now I know what will be my armhole, and I can compare with the armhole of the sleeves, and that way I can cut the skirt and the sleeves as well. And as always, as I told you before, you have to make sure to make all your notches, because that will be fundamental to mark your darts on your muslin. I'm gonna sew my skirt muslin, and I have to tell you that the skirt always is easier than the bodice, so I'm not now to worry about it, and I put it on my doll and it looks great. I can feel the stand, and I have to make sure that the stand doesn't get in the way of my measurement, but it looks really good. I still think that I can modify a little bit the dart at the front, so it's a little bit more adjusted at the upper part of the skirt, because the bottom part of the skirt, I mean from the hips down, is just perfect. I love it. Now is the time for the sleeve. I'm gonna make exactly the same. Remember that the sleeve, you cut it on purpose a little bit bigger at the armhole, because the armhole has to be eased, so it will accommodate better to the curvature that we have on the shoulders. And I make my sleeve, the basic pattern always is with a dart, but this always is pivot and remove with almost all the blouses. And I try on, I think it's looking great. I feel though that it's a little bit long and big in the upper part of the sleeve, so my correction of those sleeves will be so easy. I'm gonna mark the excess, I'm gonna fold it, and that's it. I will have my new sleeves. Now that I have all my pattern corrected, I'm gonna make sure to make a photocopy so I can digitalize that for you guys in the case that you wanna work with a doll of the third of the scale. Of course, that won't fit all the bodies, but it will fit a lot of dolls, because I have used already patterns of other dolls like Danny shoe, for example, and they fit very well on mine. So if you have a third of the scale doll, I think you will be okay. My last step is to make a new muslin. I always like to make my second muslin in another color. This time I chose a pink cotton, and as I did before, I mark all my darts, all my lines. This will be very important because you want to make the muslin well done in order to correctly assess your patterns. As you can see, I am making all the pieces now. I'm making the whole bodice and the whole skirt and the two sleeves, and I'm gonna join everything together. This process of making the whole pattern and everything take a little time. It took me like a whole day to do it, but it will make your life so easy when you wanna make any pattern after that. So I finished, I did everything, is all good, and now oof, I realized that I make a huge mistake. I saw the sleeves inverted, the front part at the back and the back part at the front. Can you imagine? And that's a huge mistake, because now I have to open, but I already cut the excess of the material, and now I think they won't be really so good. But I decided anyways to sew it by hand instead of sewing by machine. I'm making a back stitch. The back stitch is very secure. If you want, I can make a video of how to sew your doll clothes by hand, all the stitches you need to know. Well, Well, here you go. I think it looks good too. And this is my little dress. It's just a basic pattern dress. So recapitulating, these are the basic patterns. With the basic pattern, I made this dress, which is supposed to have exactly the body of my doll. So let's confirm it. Let's put it on her. I'm very excited because now this is the final moment and we will see what is going on. And here you go. It looks great. It looks fantastic. Oh, wow. But she doesn't have any head. How's that? No. Let's put on a head and some hair too. Why not? And this is her. You see, it looks fantastic. Great. I left a little bit open at the bottoms just for easy put on. And look at that. The line of the sleeve is great. The elbow dart is great. The bust is fantastic. It's like the dress was painted on her. The waist is great. The pattern is ready to use, even to scale up for a human version, but I don't know. Thanks so much for watching. If you find this video useful or entertaining, please give us a like and don't forget to subscribe, share, comment. Bye.